Before you joined us, I reassessed that my vote is for trying to find a way to get to the tower of the beacon of light we see in our Mr. Vision from the nearby building by trying to climb away or find a route up there. And if we get into a sticky situation, or we can't get a way out, or we get stuck, or it's just we're in a bad spot, then we use the teleport to go back to Irvington.
And what says everybody else in the group?
I also want to do that. We shouldn't count on the ability to teleport just at the drop of a hat, because we're not even 100% sure that Agatha can get Ifrit to do that and set it up.
But we're confident that Agatha can do it this time to the Mistress light beam.
Well, right now we're not in a big rush.
Yeah,
Also,
take your time and figure it out.
So, when we talked about it before, we had it narrowed down to two options. Either we all teleport right now over to Rivington in order to get the boat back, and meet up with Lady Avalina and Ashina over there, or we explore up, in order to save them first before trying that. Me and Emus were wanting to explore upward, and he's even more convinced about that now. And you two were thinking we should teleport over to the ship.
Quick interjection, does everyone have a passive perception higher than 12?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Oh, buddy, do I.
Oh, do I?
I got a 17 there, bud.
I have a 14.
Okay, so everyone but Boogie sees that rock in the distance over here.
What's being worked on?
She's sharpening
Sharpening my pencils for
Oh,
our adventure tonight.
What was that, DM?
cute.
So this rock formation over here with the teleport pad on it, you see it begin to tilt off to the side and then sink down into the water. And it's shifting off to the right, and then it shifts over to the left, goes forward, and then fully submerges, and then begins making its way towards that underground cavern, disappearing. The flames still staying lit on top as it's underwater.
Huh. So kind of like this pad is on the tip of a finger, and it's just getting wagged around, and then it went through the passageway.
Oh. That's weird.
Well, that option's for sure gone.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to happen.
I didn't want to go in that water anyway, so it's cool.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to now.
As it fully submerges, you can almost see like this kind of large, gross, blackish gray and green tail flop the water as it pushes itself towards the wall.
Almost like it's the protector of that pad.
I might be vaguely looking in that direction, but it wasn't very noisy, so I didn't notice it.
No, you said large, so it wouldn't be the Krakoa.
I'm gonna say, what you got for us, Clancy?
Well, I suppose we should try to get up.
So we're going to go ahead and try to fight the Hellhounds.
We don't necessarily have to take that route. We can search for a new one. if we're
With
going to
more wonderful adventures awaiting us.
exactly. So, does anyone have any concerns or not agreeing to this plan of trying to find our way to the beacon and saving the teleport for like an emergency, a get out of jail free card?
I'm nervous, but I'm willing to do the find a trail up out of here, and not just the trash chute way we came.
Okay.
Same. I'm apprehensive, but willing to follow my teammates.
Did Agatha? I think she got her roll bag back, didn't she, or did she burn it?
Yeah,
The
she
what?
has it back.
She was about to burn it. Did you guys stop?
Yeah,
after
she
burning
was.
it?
She was trying. She asked Clemency to destroy it, and then Clemency said, "I'll just hold on to it for you," and then
Okay.
gave it back at some point.
The lava pool just at the south of you guys would reflect off her sheeting skin and a heavy sweat on her face as she shakily reaches into her bag, producing a jelly roll and begins kind of eating away at it, avoiding eye contact.
If we do plan on climbing out of here, though, I would really like to find a spot for us to camp down and get some rest in before we try to soldier on.
Okay. So that sounds like a good idea. Definitely not right in this crazy cultist area.
Yeah.
I don't
did
like
see-
Game Master already rolling.
I did see a couple shadowy figures leave when we killed those. What are those things called? Cuthbolt somethings. The things
Bertoa?
at the purple worm.
I'm gonna gesture over to Cell to kind of like get his attention real quick, and then once I have his attention, I'm going to make like a napping motion, like put my two hands, next to my head, like nap, like close my eyes, and kind of like after making that gesture, kind of like look around and shrug my shoulders.
Are you? What was your gesture like? Like opening your eyes and looking around, like almost like which way should we go, kind of deal.
No, so I'm making a nap gesture where I'm like, closing my eyes and leaning my head.
Oh, a nap. Okay, that's what I did
And
not.
then after I do that, I open my eyes back up and I kind of look around and kind of shrug my shoulders, like, where?
And he takes his hand and like gestures to all of us, and then makes a questioning look, like for us and then he makes a sleeping notion.
I'm gonna nod.
He points back up towards the area where the beholder was attacking, and the little hut was from Serene.
I'm going to nod my head in agreement and turn to the party. What do you guys think?
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
that was my thoughts. If we were going to be trying to rest to quickly scurry up there.
I begin to nod my head.
All right, and so the party makes their way up there. We need help.
Nah, shift click, baby.
Shift click for the win. It sounds like you're
Um,
activating like your ultimate move in some sort of MMO.
Are you guys climbing, or is Boogie gonna assist? Because if
The ladder
we're gonna
should
make
still
a
be
climb,
there.
I thought that there was the. Didn't
oh,
we
that's
come
right, that's
down
right,
with the
that's right.
ladder?
Yes, you're correct. I'm sorry. I need to illustrate
I have
that.
completely lost where this thing is. Hold
I moved you.
Yeah, you're
on.
here.
Okay. Ah, there we go. Thank you. I was disoriented.
I am disorientated.
Okay.
Ladder's not.
Yeah, that seems like a good
I am confusion.
ladder. Guess I'll go ahead and make that ladder like that.
I believe that's how we got down there initially, I thought.
Yeah.
No, we used rope.
We use a rope.
Did we?
Did
Mhm.
we?
Or were you talking about making a ladder?
It
We
must
made a
have.
rope. We literally made a rope ladder.
Yeah, we made a rope ladder.
Okay. As you guys come up here, kind of quiet, but the kind of enchanted feel still remaining, the safe haven, whatever remnants of magic that were inside this cove appear to still be here.
As we climb up here, can I kind of reach out to Cell real quick and like kind of tap him on the shoulder? And I'm gonna kind of give him a concerned look and kind of like, like nod my head at him like, are you sure? You okay?
He initially is like in his own thoughts, and your touch jolts him. He turns and looks at you, his hand quickly going back to his dagger that he keeps on the back of his belt. And then as soon as he turns and sees you, he relaxes and calms down. And he's gonna nod, and then he's gonna say in Drow really slowly and kind of looking at Boogie, a phrase that you're unfamiliar with what he's saying. And it's in Undercommon.
Right.
And then he like looks a little frustrated, so he says it one of the words, or he says two words in what sounds like the dialect of giant, even though his giant comes through with a heavy accent.
I'm a little excited that one of my favorite enemies was Giant, but that was another campaign.
I want to combine all of my past selves.
I am reborn.
Boogie, would you be thinking at all about what he's saying?
Sure. Although I don't know any giant.
No. First he said it in Undercommon.
Yeah, might as well.
It sounds like he's saying. Sorry, he was coming in celebrating that he won. Good job, buddy. He's saying in Undercommon, I'm worried that we are too late.
Seemed like he said that he's worried we're too late.
Or for what?
He's going to
Probably too late to save Mistra.
come over here and reach and grab some of the very composty soil near the root of this tree and pour it on the dirt. And he begins kind of crudely drawing the symbols that he had on the paper.
Oh. Well, never mind. I was not expecting that.
What are you guys doing?
Well, let's figure out maybe a watch schedule or something. I'm assuming we're going to use the Gem of Resting to help us.
I was
quit
just
going
going to
time.
ask, how long's it been since we used it?
Oh, good question. Oh yeah, because we talked about that. We said we just used it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. So, are we wanting to take a short rest or a long rest?
Oh, we already just took a short rest.
That is true.
Although, if we were to take another short rest, that'd be even more hit points I could recover.
Yeah, I'm running. My toolkit is running out of cool stuff to use. I'm basically just got my bow.
So if we took another short rest, would that equate to a long rest?
No, there's some
No.
spell slots and stuff that only get regenerated from a long rest, and like equipment uses and stuff, special abilities.
Tammy speaks up and says, if we are going to be here for a few hours, could I get some more of those crystals? I think I have an idea I want to try out.
And then I'll reach into one of my pockets and pull a handful out. Yeah, sure. Help yourselves. Help yourself.
Thank you.
I don't know why I pluralized that.
She's multiple people. I think of her and her mother every time I see her. She's gonna come around to the other side of the, like, not inside the hut, but on the back side of the hut, and sit down. And after a couple minutes, it sounds like she's rummaging through and pulling out all those robotic parts that she had gathered.
Would this be a good idea to give her the things that I found for her while she's tinkering?
Sure. Oh, actually, let's get that stomach out or not stomach, the purple worm pearl out and see if we can mend it up. Hopefully, we have all the parts that we need.
Like mend it with a mending spell?
Yep. I don't
Do you
think
have
it's
that
like
wand?
magical.
I do have that wand of mending still.
So I walk over to Tammy and I say, "Hey, Tammy, while I was over there with that purple worm, I found some stuff for you. I'm going to hand you a vial of blood." Who took the stinger?
You?
Okay.
I think
I'm
you
going
took
to ask
everything,
her.
actually.
I'm going to ask her if she wants the stinger, and then I'm going to give her 2 teeth.
As you come back and are talking at her, she seems wholly invested, like her tongue sticking out, her eyebrows furrowed. You actually see, you wouldn't know what they are as Bezoit, but as a player, like the sparking of wires, like it's like an electrical current snapping. You can hear the whirring of one of these electrical stones, and she's just wholly invested, completely ignorant to your existence near her.
So she doesn't accept any of the things I give her.
You get the feeling it might be best just to set him down, and she'll notice him, like she's kind of in the zone right now.
You want to send Farley a message?
I'm really sorry I have to cut in and say this because it cracks me up every time. Every time I open up my D&D notes in my inventory list, the first item in the list is still, to this day, Potion of Headmaster. Because we have that potion where we can transform into him.
Super.
End up just having like this weird thing where it never comes in use, but like at night you take a little sip and look in the mirror and just.
I'm glad I'm not old.
It's like a mortality appreciation potion.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, what are you doing, Boogie or Bezoit?
I set down the items next to her and left her to her devices.
Okay. And as you guys watch Bezoit coming back, Agatha's going to head into the tent and kind of eagerly make her way first to claim the cot and lay down. She seems very exhausted.
Emus is going to look around the what remains of the cottage and see if he can scrounge up anything edible and try to make something that's at least comforting to eat.
Sure.
I don't like all these rolls, dude.
Me, I'm trying to find my dice and make them ready. I haven't pulled them out yet.
Trying to think here. Like something to eat specifically is what you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking around for ingredients to cook a simple, robust, hearty meal that will taste good and help people feel better.
There's a burlap sack that's full of an assortment of different type of mushrooms that look like they were harvested from that little grove that you guys passed to get up here.
I want to recall back to living my childhood, living with my parents, and I want to try to recall mushroom picking with them and the types of dishes they would prepare from the mushrooms they picked, and one of my favorite ones, and try to recreate it if I can.
Okay. Do me a favor, make a nature check.
Really weird. I care about nature, and I have a +0 in nature, and yet I rolled 11.
And then the second roll is a what is it? You said
That I'm trying to recall a mushroom recipe that my parents used to do, my favorite one, and recreate it.
okay. So just make a second flat intelligence check for me.
Intelligence check. So it's not a saving throw, right? So
Mm-mm, no.
okay, 12.
Okay. It's kind of hard to like you're having memories of childhood, but these mushrooms look kind of different. But as you're sitting there mulling them over, it seems like a
Maybe
couple of them
the-
have
the-
similar characteristics to the ones from the surface. And there's one that looks similar to a kind of staple that your mother kind of fell back on, an abundant mushroom from your homeland. And there's a sizable amount of those. About a third of the mushrooms are those that look similar.
Okay. I guess knowing how dangerous mushrooms are, as I would, I pick one of them up and I kind of like do the whole lip test, tongue test.
There is no reaction at all to anything. It does pass your mind that if these were in storage for cooking, that whoever collected them may feel that they're safe to eat.
I'll try to prepare a dish with them.
All right. Do you have any cooking tools?
We have no tools actually. I do have though. Um,
There's like a
No,
pot
I-
right over there.
yeah, I was looking to see if I had any ingredients in my inventory list that I might be able to put and help with this, but I don't.
Well, if
I
you can
guess-
think of any herbs you want to try with them.
Well, I mean, sure, but I don't have any on me.
I've
I
got
guess
the
that's
herb
a
punch.
You can still cook. The way it mechanically works is that it's just a d20 if you don't have any tools, but if you have the tools to do it, you can add your proficiency.
Right. I guess we're just trying to add flavor. What were you saying, Andrew? But you have a what?
I have the spice pouch. I can just make
Well,
nutmeg or whatever.
You want to come over and help me?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because Boogie comes over and helps me start cooking
All right.
with the spice pouch. So rolling out of advantage. First one was 12. Second one is a 20. Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice. Man, look at
Okay.
that, Amos. I don't think you need a cookbook after all.
Definitely need a cookbook.
There we go. Make it look like there's something in there. All right. What's everyone else doing? As they smell this steaky mushroom aroma begin to make its way through the cove. Calamacy, haven't heard from you.
I would like to.
Salatami is taking first watch, apparently. He didn't say anything, but he went up towards the entrance, just so you know.
Okay. Then I would have pulled out my book on the magic one for the initiate feat and started reading that.
Okay, make an intelligence check for me.
Damn. I'm freaked out about being in the Underdark. And I got a 1.
You hear a grill purr in the distance, the unsettling noise sending a shiver down your spine. Who could concentrate under these conditions?
Exactly.
Azoit, what are you doing?
Went and found a corner and went to sleep.
Not inside, but in the tavern? Or in the cavern? Tavern.
Inside the cavern, yeah, that's where I'm at, isn't it?
Yeah, but like inside the hut or inside the cavern?
Inside the hut is where I thought I was.
All right.
If not,
So as
I'll
you hear the
get moved.
sizzling and cooking of mushrooms and the flagrant
It
spices going
lulls
through
me
the
to
air.
sleep.
Yeah. All right. So a little bit passes and the meal's ready. You hear the snoring of Agatha and still the zzz, zzz, and now you hear what sounds like kind of clamping noises, like metal clamping metal outside of the hut where Tammy's working. I'd imagine the food being done would draw the attention of a sleeping Bezoit, maybe arise her slightly.
Okay, I'm game.
What, you don't trust my cooking?
I'm just tired, man. I'm tired.
As you guys all gather up for the meal, you do notice Agatha still laying there, kind of a very sweaty, almost feverish forehead look to her. Sleepy and breathing kind of heavy. All right. Does everyone get in a bowl?
I'm definitely serving them up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it tastes phenomenal. It's very the flavor of the meat, the mushroom is similar to like that. If you've ever had like a really steaky mushroom that almost tastes like you're eating beef, it's very similar to that, which is like a slightly different flavor that's hard to pin down, but it tastes really good. They did a
Let's
very
go.
good job.
Good job, Boogie. You make a great pair of cooks.
Yeah. We did fine this time. Hooray!
Mm.
You hear a very sharp coming from Tommy's position.
My head snaps towards his direction.
Definitely, Sam.
And he turns and looks at you with wide eyes and rubs his stomach and opens his mouth and points to it.
I grab
gonna
a
give
bowl
him-
and start on my way over to give him some food.
And as you approach, you can hear his stomach, and he reaches down and grabs it and nods very appreciatively towards you and just starts scarfing it down.
I nod and leave him to his food.
And as he's eating, he's turning back and watching the distance again. All right.
Wish I could just
Everyone's
click
bed.
on him on the left.
Who?
So,
He's right here.
oh, okay, I can see now that I can't see him.
All right. Is everyone now with their stomachs getting full, wanting to bed down for the night, or what's the plan?
Sure.
Before we do, I will walk over to Cell and kind of motion for him, making the same sleep schedule again, and then like pointing at myself sleeping and then waking up.
He points at the ground, almost like a now.
I'm gonna shake my head and hold up two fingers.
And he raises an eyebrow and he's like looking back and forth, and you think he gets the idea, and he nods.
Okay. I'm gonna actually before I go, I'm going to hand over to him a Oh, I had I promise I had a plan here. I'm gonna hand him over one of my potions of healing I have.
His eyes get really wide, and he begins speaking at you in Undercommon. And he reaches out and gives you what you can only assume is a hug he learned from Serene, based on its like very wide and then tight, as he
Like it's
grips you really
awkwardness.
tightly. And then he releases you and looks at the potion and nods and puts it with like great reverence into his pouch.
And then I'll go find a spot to curl up.
All
To
right.
throw up.
Curl
To
up.
curl up.
Oh.
To hurl up.
I was like,
I
Zach, what was in
touched
that
the
stew?
drow. I touched the drow. Get it off me.
I was gonna be like, you don't know that I poisoned you all.
Yeah, he's been DMing me. Sorry, guys.
I want to feel Agatha's forehead with the back of my hand.
Make a medicine check for me, please.
8.
It's hot and wet.
Hmm.
She is breathing heavily. Doesn't seem normal.
Upon seeing the concern on Boogie's face, I'm gonna walk over and I am going to do lay of hands on Agatha.
Give me one
And
second to see exactly what that cures.
hold on a second.
Hit points. Right?
Yeah, I think it's just hit points. Oh, I have healing hands, not lay of hands.
I have cure wounds, or I have lesser restoration. So I'm gonna
Oh,
lay lesser restoration on her. I would like to first assess to see if she is diseased, blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay, make a medicine check for me.
$14.
She doesn't seem to be suffering from a condition. If she was suffering from something, it is either magical or a disease.
I think it's probably Ifrit.
Okay, but if it's a disease, I can lesser restoration would heal her of that.
sure. I guess it's worth a shot. We're just about to rest.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I would like to cast lesser restoration on her.
As you reach out and cast, your words lingering in the air for a moment, you see her breathing begin to slowly steady. And
Hey, Mike, you got kind of quiet. Can you move a little bit closer to your microphone, please?
her breathing gets steady.
Thank you.
And she seems, her skin is still clammy, but she seems to not be producing a whole lot more sweat. And her eyes are not flickering as much, and she seems to be kind of in a peaceful sleep now.
I breathe a sigh of relief as I look over her concerned and then find a spot close to her but not on top of her to take a nap.
Good work, team.
Thanks for the heads up that she was ailing there, buddy.
Hey.
All right. Emus, are you staying up for those 2 hours, or are you taking a nap and then getting up and taking your shift?
Yeah.
Which one?
Take a.
He says, yeah.
Well, okay, because my gut reaction is yes. That was my intention. Is as I go lay down and then, um, I if he okay, I won't correct that. Yes, because Emus is assuming that he's taking the second shift, not 2 hours. So he is definitely going to go try and sleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he took it as 2 hours.
That's fine. That works out. That's gameplay.
Okay. So you go fall asleep. All right.
Yep.
Everyone who's asleep,
Oh,
which is everyone,
man.
right? Caitlin, you
Except for
said
So-
you're asleep.
Amani.
Yeah, I should be asleep after the time of me required to be able to be reading.
All right. Everyone, make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh god.
14.
It's literally the only saving throw I have +0 in.
Wow.
Oh, I rolled 19. I'm okay with that.
20.
Don't fail me.
Those are some noise you're making over there, Kazoid.
I got a 7. Stupid dice.
Okay. So almost everyone gets a very nice sleep. They
Emus
feel
is
well
about to not.
rested. And well, I don't know, Emus. That's up. We're gonna have to roll another thing to see if you wake yourself up in 2 hours. But so your dreams are constant nightmares. Some seem like memories back, almost as if you're having memories like that you couldn't possibly be having. And what I mean by that is you see these armored men and this large, very beautiful dragon egg, and these men coming around this corner in what appears to be some kind of castle or stone structure of some type. And there's immense fighting, and then your vision is flashing to what appears to be that large spectral barrier that you had a dream of that beyond was Bahamut. And your brain is just constantly flashing back and forth to things that feel like visions, things that feel like memories, some things that feel like fevered dreams, and you wake up not feeling well rested.
But did I get the advantage of the rest?
No, what it means is like you wake up with one level of exhaustion.
Oh. Yikes.
Wow. That's even worse than not sleeping.
So, Emus,
Yes, sir.
give me a second. Are you gonna try to wake yourself up as like, are you going to
Again.
sleep lightly with the idea of like, or are you going to bed with the intent like someone is going to wake you up?
I'm going to bed with the intent that I'm going to try to be up for a second watch. And either that or someone comes and wakes me for a second watch.
Okay, and second watch was what, like 4 hours from when you go to bed?
Typically, yeah, I think that's how it works out.
Okay. So halfway through the night, you arise. About 4 hours later, you being a ranger having no issue if you're planning on waking up at a certain time doing so. To you see Bazoid's head kind of just shaking back and forth, her eyes moving rapidly behind her eyelids, everyone else snoring. I can't hear you, whatever you said.
I didn't finish. Real quick, just mechanic wise, do I get the benefits of a full rest in the morning? Or if I cast a spell now, will that impact that? How does that work?
So, as of right now, you have not gained a long rest. You have to sleep
Right.
for 8 hours to get a long rest.
Right.
If you do any kind of strenuous activity between now and your next segment of 4 hours, it won't count as a long rest.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna kind of concernedly look over at Bezoit and then plot off to replace Bell at the Overlook, watching out.
As you get over there, you see, as you approach, these reddish eyes turn and look at you, and they kind of narrow. And he holds up kind of aggressively 2 fingers.
Even just kind of pause for a second, look curious, like what?
And then he holds up 4.
Do I have a sense of time of how much time has passed?
I would imagine, yeah. Time isn't different down here.
Okay, so I pretty much clearly understand what he's trying to tell me.
Roll an intelligence check. We'll see.
Okay.
Why am I dumb?
I am. I still got that +0 over here. And I rolled 8.
Okay. He just seems upset. Maybe he's tired. He's gonna
Okay.
start making his way off, grumbling some stuff in Underdark.
Enos is going to be kind of confused and kind of come over here.
And he's gonna make his way in cautiously and lay down.
I'm going to settle in for my watch. Is hide in plain sight considered strenuous activity?
Give me a chance to look, and by lay down, I mean he's leaning against a wall and beginning to meditate. So what was it called?
Hide in plain sight.
Hide in sight.
It's like level 8 or something, ranger ability. Can't be 11. That's where you get the real good stuff.
That's plus 10. Oh, you're talking about level 11. Yeah. No, I think that is my level 11 ability. No, the distance strike is.
I don't think it would be considered strenuous activity, especially given the access to materials around you at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm going to kind of sit down Indian style, get myself comfortable. I'm going to cover myself up, and I'm just going to become a sensor embedded next to the rock.
All right.
So cool.
Will you go ahead and once you find the location that you want to be set up in, roll the stealth check for me, please?
All right, I'm going to go in this nook right here. Grab all the controls. And stealth check. And this is with the advantage, the hide in plain sight.
Yes.
All right, 13 plus 10, 23 plus 8, 31.
Okay. So as you nestle in, you get pretty confident that you almost are invisible against these rocks. All right. And as the hours pass, I need you to make, for the 4 hours, a perception check for me, please.
12 plus 7, that's 29. Wait, no. Wow, my math was so wrong there. Hold up, that's 19.
It appears that there's nothing of danger to you guys happening over those 4 hours. Though some things of note would be early in your shift, it looks like potentially a shadow flickering against the cavern wall over in that direction.
Okay.
And a few moments pass, and the egrils begin to make their way that way. One of them descending, a couple moments passing, and then one of them reascending again and heading away.
Just out of pure curiosity, while I'm observing up here, do the lava patches seem to show any sort of, because Enos is bored and wants something to do, do the lava patches show any sort of kind of maybe rhythmic or timely action? Like, does one kind of rise? Does the sputter kind of happen out of another one?
So there are some that are making, like, kind of coming in. It is of note that they don't seem to be hardening. Like, they're not developing a kind of rocky crust on top.
Right,
And it seems like the ones in the distance are constant. You said a 19%?
19 perception, yeah.
I think that if you were to sit there and study it for enough time, you might see something resembling a pattern, though it would be kind of obscure. I think it would require an intelligence check to figure out, like, because it could be conjecture, but like, yeah. If you want to roll an investigation check.
Okay. So since one of Enos's pastimes, as he's keeping guard like this, and there's nothing else interesting going on, is to try to learn about his environment and nature around him, and that's just something he can think about. So he's going to study it, and I'm rolling an investigation. You said?
Yes.
I've rolled 5 plus. Where's my investigation? Oh, 4, 9. I only rolled 9.
So it's hard to pinpoint. You do start to gain confidence that there might be a pattern, but you're also concerned that there might be overlapping patterns, and you don't know which ones are related to which, or if it's even potentially in your head. But it's possible that there's 2 overlapping patterns.
Interesting. Okay.
Coming from different, like it doesn't seem like, so it's like what I mean by pattern is like psst, and then probably a second later, psst, and then staggered from that, psst. But they all seem to be coming from different holes. Like there doesn't seem to be a pattern to anything like this specific hole in this specific area at this specific time. But the sound of them going off, I think, would clue you into a like a tss, 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 kind of deal.
Got it.
All right. So the 4 hours passes. Nothing else seems to happen other than those egrels in the shadow, and everyone else begins to rise. The kind of not knowing what time it is, but knowing that it's been 4 hours, but what time it like in the day it is unknown.
Wait, does that mean I'm still getting the full rest, right?
You would need to come sleep for another 4 hours. You have to sleep for 8 hours within a 12-hour period.
Well, he needs
So
to
taking
rest
this-
for that much time.
Right.
Like,
I thought like low level activity counted as resting.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're sitting there on a yeah. That's true. That's a fair point. Yeah, I'll give you a long rest.
Okay.
Because it is worded that you don't have to be sleeping.
no, maybe in 12 hours he's going to be really sleepy. Because, like, we did a good amount of sleeping on our way down, and then now he's getting
Yeah,
another 4
you guys have been
hours.
sleeping a lot.
Look, man, it's been stressful.
we're the lazy heroes.
You guys really take a lot of influence from your bugbear companion.
Yeah. Sitting is great.
I could totally see that though. Like if you had someone in the party that was just perpetually lazy, that shit rubs off on people. You'd be like, man, that looks comfy, dude.
You're like, yeah,
Right.
I think I will sit down.
The morning comes and you guys hear still what sounds like coming from behind the tavern. Keep on to call it a tavern. This cabin, hut, whatever you want to call it. Cottage.
She never slept.
How do our NPCs look right in this room?
Agatha looks well rested and good. She looks like her usual self. And
Nice.
Cell looks worried and concerned. It seems like every step you guys are taking, he's like watching, wishing it was quicker.
Hmm.
Enos is still hanging out, watching at the
Oh, yeah.
I guess
Okay, sorry.
hearing yeah, no, it's fine. Hearing everyone rise, I guess I would start to wander back in since I haven't seen anything all night. Nothing concerning. But anything was
Actually-
immediate.
How about
And
some more
then-
food?
You guys finally hear. Then, I did it! She yells out in excitement.
Having all night of almost silence and just listening to magma, Enos is going to startle with the shout.
And you hear what sounds like these metal heavy dun, 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 footprints come running your way.
And coming my way specifically, or whose way?
Like coming around
Towards the
the
entrance.
outside of the cabin towards the entrance of the cottage.
Enos is going to ready himself for combat.
Coming around the corner, Calamus, is that where you actually are?
Yes.
Emus popping out. You guys see almost like this Dr. Octopus type deal, this backpack with the series of like arm grabber things that the mining robots had, and they're like propelling her at the bottom two, and then she has two more coming out, two at her sides, two coming up over, and one dangling just behind her head. So a total of 2, 4, 6, 7 of these arms coming off of this backpack behind her, and she's now standing about 6 feet up off the ground.
Nice. Did that improve your walking speed?
Whoa!
As she turns around, you can see it's kind of like hodgepodge of machinery and these like sparks occasionally, and two of those shards. It looks like she shaved them down um, for some purpose, and they're spinning in the back, like in perfect equilibrium, not shaking or anything.
Are the parts of the arms that you said they looked out of made out of like spinning machinery and stuff? Like, what is the material? Like metal, or is it stone?
Yeah, it looks
or-
like it looks like it was like she took all the components and repurposed out of the robots, those mining constructs that you guys found, and found a way to power them with the shards.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
Very cool.
You just kind of stand up
And
for a
as she's
second.
standing there
Smell great.
proud with her hands on her hips, you hear and the left leg gives out and buckles, and she falls to the ground. And they start kind of whirring and retracting and kind of sputtering on themselves. And she pushes this button on a harness around her shoulder, and it shuts off. And she frowns. Ah, well, we're really close though. And she grabs it off and kind of,
Hmm.
without saying anything else, starts hauling this big scrap of metal back around the other side of the cabin.
I'm gonna kind of, in bewilderment, look over at Clam and see tinkers, huh? Never stops.
Yeah, she's gonna be exhausted. I think one of us is gonna have to piggyback her.
Nose goes. Enos is gonna kind of gloat and go back inside.
Not it. A daily game of Who's the Gnome Transport.
Well, she's currently working on her own. So.
The next skill check for the tired tinkerer.
Hmm.
I do think we don't have enough time for her to be tinkering for much longer. We really should start trying to make our way up.
Yeah. Is there any leftover food from what we made yesterday, or is it all gone?
It is all gone.
Okay. Enos is going to look around and be like, "Hey, does anyone need a ration before we head out?"
I'm good.
I wouldn't
Agatha
mind
shakes
eating
her
a
head
bit
no.
more.
So Tommy looks around. His leg starts shaking a little.
I'll grab one out and pass it to him, smiling.
He looks at you. It doesn't seem like that solves his anxiety, and he nods at you gratefully and kind of sticks it in his pack, and his leg keeps going.
Um,
He
yeah,
wants
he's
to
being
go.
impatient. He wants us to go.
Yeah.
Maybe we should then.
Yeah.
Hey, Tammy.
You hear, fuck shit. What? Yeah, what's up, Boogie?
I'm headed around. We gotta head out soon.
Gonna head out now. I'm gonna call back.
Okay, she cries out a little defeated. And as you turn the corner, you can see her beginning to load everything back into that bag of holding.
Oh, that's where she is.
I'm talking to Nana, not Uncle Jake. I'm talking to Nana, Seth, and Andrew. And Mom. She's in here too.
Did she see the stuff that I had left her?
Boogie would not have seen that on the ground. So she's coming around the corner looking pretty exhausted, heading out to meet you guys.
So she did grab it.
You don't know. You're welcome to ask her as she comes up.
As she approaches me, I holler over, "Hey, Tammy, did you get that stuff I left for you while you were tinkering with your electronic stuff?"
And she's going to bleary-eyed stare at you and blink a couple times. Oh, yeah. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but I grabbed it.
Great, good.
Okay. And she kind of looks you up and down. You don't look like you slept good either.
You have no idea. I'm exhausted.
All right. Are you guys heading up the chute, or what are we doing?
All right, where's the chute again? Where we came down?
Above the water, which is
Alright.
over.
The chute, if we head south, that's the way back. Like, we have to stay up.
Right, because one of the ideas was that I summon my beast, my air beast, carry us up.
I suppose we could just try that battle. I think it would be quicker. I don't really. What would I have to roll to be able to see what I remember about shadow beasts? Oh, actually, can I ask Crow what he knows about shadow beasts? Specifically the two
Ooh,
that were up there?
that's a good call.
Sure. And he explains to you that they take on the characteristics similar that they had in life, though the beasts that the shadow represents don't have like the physical characteristics that they did in life. So, for instance, a hellhound being able to breathe fire in life would not translate to a shadowhound being able to breathe fire, though they do have this noxious kind of shadow flame that they can breathe. And then, um, similarly, like imps, shadow imps are still capable of going invisible.
Okay. It could still be worth it. Do you remember approximately how many you saw up there, or were they just everywhere?
I didn't count. I mean, there was a bunch.
Okay.
3 of those hounds?
He pulls out both of his wings, and you can see the feathers coming down equal a total of about 12. And he goes, more than that, I'll tell you that. He
Mm.
puts his wings back down.
At least more than 24 enemies are up there.
Well, what do we say? Do we want to try to find an alternative route, or do we want to try to go with it? I'm pretty sure I remember Cell mentioning that's probably the best route to take.
Yeah. All right. We'll give it a go. I
Everyone
would
else
be
good with that?
worried if Agatha still was feverish and weak looking, but she looks better. Anybody else thoughts?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the deal was. Come towards the front.
It was your second personality.
I'm just
Okay.
glad you're back to normal. And I'm along with my team. Wherever y'all go, I'll go.
Agatha looks at you. I hope I didn't give you anything.
Looking at a rope,
Aww.
We're definitely fine.
looking down our rope ladder that we laid, does it look like I could potentially climb my way over to that ledge? And like, because one of my thought is I want to reclaim the rope ladder, take it with us, and then try to climb over after everyone's gone through.
You can definitely pick up the rope ladder. Like,
Oh, right, 'cause we're not going down there. Oh, yeah. Yes. All right, well, I'm
You
grabbing
guys
the rope
watch
ladder.
as Cell begins making his way,
I will follow him.
walking across this invisible bridge. And Boogie follows very closely behind his footsteps.
Yes. Wow, he's way up in the
Fall out.
sky.
He wasn't that high. It glitched out.
Okay.
Agatha looks over, and so does Tammy. And they both decide to start taking the long way around, crawling their way around.
Oh, hang on.
They can use that ladder right there.
No, I was gonna say if Emus sees him deviate, he's gonna help like walk him across. Oop! I just dropped myself.
Even still, whatever your sister's going through, we could get through this.
I want the easier path.
Oh, so you're pulling this out, up, like and stretching it horizontally?
No. I took the rope ladder with me. I have that now.
Okay,
And
so
if
I'm
I
gonna
see
go for that.
them, and then if I see Agatha and Tammy like be nervous about it, and start walking like around the long way, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, no, I got you guys. Come on." I'm gonna
They're
help
gonna
guide
turn
them.
and look at you. What do you mean you got us?
Well, come over here and try to take a sensitive step, and I'll make sure I'm holding on. So if you fall, I got you. And
Agatha reaches down and shakes the ladder a little bit, and it kind of shakes.
there's no ladder. We're talking about the invisible bridge.
Oh, then fuck no, she's not doing that.
Oh,
Agatha doesn't trust that shit. So sorry. Okay, now that I'm fully following what you're talking about, when you said I'll help you out, I couldn't comprehend how you were helping with an invisible bridge.
actually, I could help out with the rope ladder and the invisible bridge by laying down the rope ladder across it.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay. So as it comes out and lays, almost like it's like stiffened out because it's completely supported, they're gonna reach out and put a tentative step in between the ladder, feeling underneath of it and feeling that it's solid. They're gonna very cautiously make their way forward, one at a time, so that not to put too much weight on the bridge.
I'm gonna wave my hands up in there. Hey, don't look down. Just make sure you're looking up at me.
Hey, as I see them approaching almost to the end, is that sturdy enough to support me there, Emus?
Tammy turns around after immediately looking down. After him saying, "Don't look down," she turns around with wide eyes. She goes, "Don't you fucking get on the bridge!" And she like slowly, almost like crawling with both her arms, makes it to the other side.
I wasn't getting on.
She's like shaking.
I can see like bloodshot, panicked eyes looking back.
All right, you gonna make your way across now?
Emus never said if it would support me.
I'm gonna kind of give
Yeah.
her a look. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
it
course.
supported all of us at the same time.
All right,
Um,
so I'm gonna start
also-
meandering across.
You're only larger than me because you are very unusually sized for a dragonborn. We're supposed to be like 50, 100 pounds more than you.
Do you know why?
He's the daughter
special?
of Bahamut.
I was just gonna say because I'm awesome.
All right, so you guys are making your way down then back towards the fishing pool that Sal had a fishing pole set up at.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I was gonna say pick some mushrooms along the way. That
I mean, feel free
looked
to.
like we ate.
Oh, we get a second vial of glowy spores.
You like boogies and my cooking so much that you want to pick up some mushrooms for us to make later?
Well, yeah. Also, in my head, I've changed our name to Morel Savants, like the mushroom morel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Caitlin. You need to be a fucking writer. Holy shit. That's awesome.
I appreciate it.
So go ahead as you're foraging for more mushrooms. Make a nature check for me.
You can tell it's nature because the way it is.
That's true.
Ooh,
I mean,
hot dog.
I don't know what I'm looking for, but I will help her at least
17.
pick
15
out the
plus
same
2.
ones.
I would like to come down and help them identify mushrooms.
I am primarily looking at what we were fed by Emus because I haven't
Oh yeah,
died.
that makes sense.
No diarrhea that I know
Did
of.
you roll at advantage?
I didn't. I'll roll again just in case.
Yeah, because I said I was going to come down and help you.
Oh,
identify mushrooms.
nice. 19, 20, 21 instead.
Okay. And it almost seems as if overnight, quite a few more had spored up. Some of the ones that were there yesterday seem to be about twice as big today, but they seem like woody and inedible, whereas the new growth seems good.
Nice. So they get to a big certain point and they're no longer a sapling. Okay. Then I will pick all the younger, non-woody ones. Though maybe one woody one to see if I could carve it into something cool.
Okay.
That's such a
Or-
woody. I prefer tinny
I'll
word.
mushroom stamp you.
I would say would do that. All right. So yeah, you're able to gather. You rolled a 23.
21.
Nice woody word.
Nice. I rolled 4d8 and 3 of them were 8s.
Heck yeah. I don't know what that means for me, but it sounds good.
So you find 27 edible mushrooms. Well, assumingly edible. They appear to be like the ones that were harvested.
Okay.
There you go, team. Now let's go.
So Tommy's sitting there with his hands on his hips like a Karen, just tapping his foot.
We can't go hungry, Cell. Not that he understands me.
Just staring at you with his reddish eyes.
He will find out Calamithy is very food motivated. Like a little albino rabbit.
All right. As you guys come down, it appears quiet. Opening into the cavern, you'd see the destruction from the purple worm and the pool where the water weird was located the last time you were here.
All right, Emus, your time to shine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and well, let me just shift click over there.
Maybe we should first. Oh, fuck. I guess it would change depending on the weights, maybe? I don't know. Time, how long it takes it to fly us up the chute. Because one person dropped off is going to be all alone with over 24 shadow creatures until the
Oh,
next person is brought up.
well, what if we do this? What if either you or I go up first, since we're both super sneaky, and so we can see if we can like hide ourselves and observe and aid the next person coming up to be sneaky.
Okay.
Do you want to try to use your pass without a trace or something, and maybe go up first?
Don't have me go up second.
I don't think I have Pass Without a Trace. I think we did that to save ourselves from the worm.
Oh, it's not based on rest.
It's once per day, I believe.
Okay, so I can do my hide in plain sight if I go first and try to help
Okay.
people up. If you don't have anything else that might be beneficial.
Not to other people, I just have a good stealth roll. Plus 15.
Okay, I want to go ahead and I'm going to cast Summon Beast, and I'm going to summon a what do you call it? I guess an air beast. It's just called an air beast. Summon an air beast. And after it appears in front of me, I'm gonna kind of reach out affectionately and kind of scratch it around or pet it, however I think it likes to be pet, and be like,
So
all right, bud.
Here are your options.
I don't care about what it is at all.
Okay. Well, it's going to be like a big owl bear type thing.
That works. So I'm
I
gonna be
love it.
patting it down, kind of in front of it with a big smile, and be like, all right, bud. Now's your time to shine. We need your help. And I'm going to look around the party. All right, I'm going to go first. I'm going to conceal myself up there. I'm going to
Can
send
you
it
make
back.
it smaller? Sorry.
What's that?
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was asking if you can make it smaller, the owlbear.
So it is rather large. It's not actually an owlbear. It looks like a mixture between like an owlbear and an eagle. The thing doesn't match it correctly.
The
But it looks
actual size of the creature I summoned is a bestial spirit, small beast. It's actually smaller than us.
Okay,
Although it's strong enough to carry us.
Yes.
It's going to be this.
There you go, that's good.
Let's see.
Seems about the size of Tammy.
Hoodwing is a good choice.
All right. So what's its strength? Can it carry you guys?
Strength is
giant eagle.
18 plus 4.
18 plus 4. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So and its flying speed is
Its flying speed is 1 second. Fly air only, so its land speed is 30, its fly speed is 60.
60 or 50.
60.
Okay. Okay. 60 foot per. That's 10 feet per second. So that means 5,080 divided by 8%.
We're just complaining about doing math for college, and you're who you are.
Okay. So, who's going first?
All right, so I'm gonna.
How long does the spell last?
It lasts for an hour, so let me finish my spiel. So I'd say, okay, I'm going first, and then I'm going to turn to my party. The party be like, okay, I'm going to go first. I'm going to go conceal myself up top. When you arrive, please try to be as quiet and discreet as possible. And as soon as you land, I will try to help you blend in. And good luck, everyone.
Bazoit, you're last.
All right. So
I don't know why everybody's hating on Bazoit today.
So you guys watch as the small spirit beast comes down and grips onto Emus's clothing, like grabs him by the behind, like on his neck, and picks him up and flies him up, slowly up into the shaft, and they disappear. And Emus, I'm gonna come talk to you. I'm gonna leave you guys alone for a second, and I'll be back.
Oh boy, here we go.
Remember,